Hello. Hope you can hear me if you are here. I'm just gonna test stuff, right? Yeah, it looks pretty good. Okay. So it's been a while since I did a stream, so I don't know if there are people here, but we'll see. We're gonna give it some time anyway. So I'm basically gonna talk about I'm just gonna have to refresh this, I think. I can see there are some people here. Yeah, we'll probably work out after a while. I'm gonna try the chat again. Yeah, it seemed to be working. I can see some people answering, but I can't see the chat down here, but hopefully it will sort itself out. Can you hear me fine? Let me know if you can hear me. Okay. Hello, IA360, Camel, Pennymaker. Yeah, I can see my chat now, so I think we're ready to go. Hello, Bruno. Nice to meet you. So yeah, I've been looking at this today. So structured output in the API. So I guess that was my title. So yeah, that is kind of gonna be what we're gonna look at today. I think it's pretty cool. I don't know. I'm gonna give it some few more minutes before I look into it. I kind of want to fix the chat first. I don't know what's happening here, but it's a bit strange. We'll see. So yeah, I'm just gonna test something real quick while I wait here. Let me just test this. Hello? 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 Okay, so let me open that. I'm gonna explain that. Yeah, that seems to be working. It's just very annoying about the chat part here. But I think everyone can hear me, so that's good. Hopefully it fixes itself after a while. So I'm gonna give it like 3 more minutes before I'm gonna look at what I wanted to check out today. I'm just gonna try to grab the chat URL and put it here somewhere so I can see it. Yeah, that seemed to work. Hello, Ramunas. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'm good to go now. So, yeah, how's everyone been? It's been a while since I did a live stream. Are you enjoying summer, I guess, for some of you? It's been a lot of news lately, like when I was on vacation. A lot of stuff happening, like with Llama, that I haven't really covered, but pretty cool stuff. But I was kind of interested in these structured outputs. because I think it's kind of interesting. And this morning I just made some stuff. So I was testing out how we can extract different kind of structured data using kind of the new model from, I guess it's not a new model, it's kind of a new structured output. So we're actually using this client beta chatcompletion.parse. So that's kind of interesting. And we are using Pydantic to kind of set what we want to extract. So we're gonna do a few different tests, I think. So I'm just gonna give it a couple of more minutes before I kind of dive into what I wanted to take a look at today. So I don't know if you read through this. AI Studio has a JSON output too. Curious to see the use cases. Yeah. Like OpenAI has had the JSON mode for a while now. But I think if we look at, there are some differences. I think it was in their documentation. They kind of listed out the differences down here, I think. Where was it? I think it was somewhere around here. So structured output versus JSON mode. So I think they trained this model on like, they said something about training this model on, I'm gonna have to find it. I think it was maybe in the article that they trained this model on something else. We're probably gonna take a look at that. But you can see adheres to schema. So JSON modes kind of is no, and here is yes. And there are a few newer models that are compatible. So GPT-4o mini is compatible with this new structured output. So that's kind of cool. Support parallel function calling. So this is no. That is a bit sad, but they might change that in the future, I guess. There's a lot of stuff to dive into here. We're not going to cover everything today. I think we're just going to look at what I have tested out this morning. And yeah, I was really impressed, to be honest. So I think I just wanted to start to look a bit at their blog post. We're not going to go too deep into it, but we are introducing structured outputs in the API. Reliably adhere to developer supplied JSON schemas. So this is not something new. Like I've been using this in my videos, but I haven't gotten it to be like perfectly reliable. It's been pretty good, at least with JSON mode, but I think this way it's a bit easier to use, at least for what I have been testing. So you can see last year at last year at Dead Day we introduced JSON mode, a useful building block for developers looking to build reliable application with our models. While JSON mode improves model readability for generally valid JSON output, it does not guarantee that the model response will conform to particular schema. Yeah, that is kind of my experience too. It does not guarantee. So today we are introducing structured outputs in the API, a new feature designed to ensure model generated outputs will exactly match JSON schemas provided by developers. So I think that's pretty interesting. And they say something about how they did this. I can't remember. There was something about the way they trained their model, I think. So generating structured data from unstructured inputs is one of the core use cases for AI in today's applications. Developers use the OpenAI API to build powerful assistants that have the ability to fetch data and answer questions via function calling, extract structured data for data entry, and build multi-step agentic workflows that allow LLMs to take actions. Yeah. So developers have been long working around the limitations of LLMs in this area via open source tooling, prompting, relying on requests. So this was horrible in like the early days of like GPT-3 and stuff. It was almost impossible to get structured data output.
So it's come a long way, I guess. So it's much easier now than it used to be. I remember trying this with GPT-3, like pre-ChatGPT. It was almost hopeless. Structured output solves this problem by constraining OpenAI models to match developers' supplied schemas, and by training our models to better understand complicated schemas. So I guess they did something here. They trained the model on maybe some big data with complicated schemas, I guess. So the evaluation is that with structured output scores a perfect 100% compared to, yeah, I don't quite see, in the evals at least, following JSON schema. GPT-4, the old GPT-4 scores less than 40%. So you can kind of see the... So now they have 100% when strict is set equals to true. Interesting. And they kind of go into a bunch of examples here. Hello Diggs, nice to see you. Welcome. So how to use structured outputs. I'm not going to go too deep into this because I kind of made some examples I thought we can go through today. But it is interesting. I'm going to do like this. And I want to take a look at, later after that, we want to take a look at this Russell Kaplan tweet. 1.4 million views. It's basically his predictions for the future of software engineering. And I read through it, and I gotta say I agree with a lot of this. Of course, there are some bias here because he's the president of Cognition Labs. Cognition Labs is, of course, Devin, right? So there are, of course, bias here. But I kind of think it was interesting, and I think we can go through that later. I think it's gonna be pretty cool. But yeah, let's take a look at how I tested out this structured output this morning. So I wanted to kind of try two different things. The first thing I wanted to do was to take a YouTube video and kind of set what I want to extract from that YouTube video into like a structured output by using Whisper. So you can see, I'm just gonna use Whisper now to kind of, I'm gonna use the API Whisper, not the local one. So we're gonna run this client audio transcriptions. And the idea is that we can enter a YouTube URL, download the full video, and we want to extract some structured output from that video. That could be entities, right? So what I thought we could start with was extract shocking statement and names from the transcript. Hello Camel, I want to know how to use the OpenAI API with Assistant using GPT-4o Mini. Apparently there's a second version, thanks. Yeah, that shouldn't be too hard. Do you mean like there's a second version of GPT-4o Mini? So yeah, like I said, what I want to try to extract from this video that we're gonna look at is shocking statements, whatever that is, and the names, right, that is mentioned in the video. So basically, it's gonna be a transcript, right? So I kind of created two different kind of scripts to do this. Okay, so you said there's a second mini version that kind of let's take a quick look. So if there is a new version, we should see it here in models, right? GPT-4o Mini. This one is not very new. I can't see any new GPT-4o Mini, but there was a new GPT-4o model yesterday. Do you mean this from the one we're gonna try today? Maybe? I'm not quite sure.
So let's just try this now. So I'm gonna show you. So hello, Trek friend. So I found some videos. So let's go to, let me just open like an incognito here. And let me just turn off, yeah, we don't need any sound here now. So I saw there was this news clip. GPT-4o long, yeah. I've looked at that and I was hoping I had access, but I didn't. I might do a video on that actually. It's pretty interesting. And you can also see, if we take a look at the new model now, the new GPT-4o model, you can see the max output tokens is 16K. So it's 4 times more than the previous version. So that is interesting, right? I have been complaining about the max output tokens for a while. Like when we used 3.5 Sonnet. The annoying thing is that sometimes you can't get any more output. So it just stops. You have to do like continue. But I like to see that the providers are extending the output tokens too, not just the input. And the GPT-4o long version, that has like GPT-4, that has like it's not that long output, I think it's called. Can't really find it here. Whoa, here it is, GPT-4o. Can you bypass the output limit now that the output is structured easy to depend? I don't think you can bypass it, can you? I think it's like a hard set output. Use perplexity. Yeah, you can do that. It's good as long as the quality. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, tech friend. I'd rather have better outputs than have, yeah. Yeah, that was what I wanted to test, like to see if the attention gets weaker if you have a very long output. But they say here, GPT-4o long output, that it can handle up to, what was it? 64K output tokens per request. It's quite expensive compared to GPT-4o. Not crazy, but it's more expensive. But if you think like big code bases and stuff, this could be interesting to have a longer output model. We can try this afterwards, but I don't think I have access. So we're gonna check that out. But first, let's take a look at what I was looking at this morning with structured output. So remember now, I found this video here. It's basically just a new vice president speech from last night. So I'm gonna copy this. Right, and I have a few different scripts here. So we have two, I didn't combine them. So we have one script that just takes this URL. So you probably can't see this, but let's just do Python YouTube transcribe, and we can paste in the YouTube URL. All right, and this is gonna download and transcribe the video into text, right? And then we're gonna try to, so I'm gonna show you the output. And then we're gonna try to extract something from that video. I tried this morning and it worked pretty well. So you see, we gotta transcribe this into chunks because it's too big. So we have to divide it into 3 different chunks. And I think the other script I created for this was called Python YouTube extract. But I thought we can look at text file first. So how long was this video? It's 19 minutes, right? Okay, so we got it transcribed. Whoa. So you can see these are all the text parts from the video, right? Now let's try to extract some structured output from this. So remember, I wanted to extract what I just called shocking statements and some names that I mentioned in this speech, right? And we are running the new model from yesterday. And the system prompt is gonna be extract the shocking statements and name from the transcript. And of course we want this in a JSON file, right? So let's try it. So I think this could be interesting if we can get it like very reliable. Okay, that was pretty quick. So the shocking statements, we can zoom in a bit. Donald Trump weakens our economy and strengthens his own hand. Donald Trump mocks our laws. J.D. Vance wrote the foreword to the architect of Project 2025. These guys are creepy and yes, just weird as hell. There are some statements here. I think that worked pretty good. And we extracted some names. Tim Wall, Doug, Josh Shapiro, Vice President Harris, J.D. Vance, Donald Trump. So yeah, I was quite impressed by this. Gwen, Hope, Gus. I don't know about this. I can't really fact check this because the video is quite long, right? But I think we can get this into a nice structure now. So if we reload this, you can see we get this, and I think this is very useful. So we have the shocking statements parameters here, and all of this, and we also have the names, right? So pretty easy to use, simple to set up, and it's very easy to switch between this. So I had this other video, let me see if I can find that. I think it was this one. Copy that. So this is the video from AI Explained. He's a great channel. Hello, Night Spider. Nice to see you again. So if you haven't checked out his channel, I guess you have. He's great. So let's copy this video. And let's do some changes to the extraction part here. So now I wanted to see if we can just change this up a bit. And instead of extracting... Hello, Hopi, baby. Nice to meet you. Now I wanted to just try to extract AI model names. Right, so we can just change the... Here we can just use Pydantic and kind of extract what we want, right? We can kind of add some stuff. Let's say we wanted to extract some numbers. We can just do integer, right? But let's try to extract the names. AI models. Let's just try that. Because I think Philip here is gonna mention a lot of models. GPT-4o, probably ChatGPT. So let's see if we can extract all the model names he will use in this video. I think we are good to go here now. AI model names mentioned. So first we can just clear this. First we gotta download the video again. So let me do that. So copy this.
just gonna enter the video, download it. So this is gonna transcribe the video at the same time. So these are just 2 chunks, right? So I'm gonna think this week. I kind of want to try to build some kind of app or something by using this function. I saw some ideas like things you can use this for. I might just make a video about it. I think it's pretty useful, to be honest. Okay, so we transcribed the video. Now let's try to see if we can extract the model names. Okay, we got an error here. Oh, shocking statements. What did I miss here? Yeah, we forgot to do like this, right? So let's do that again. Okay, so here are the model names here Philip mentioned in this video. GPT-5, GPT-4, I think this is GPT-4o, GPT-4o Mini, Claude Sonnet, Claude Opus, Claude 4, okay, Llama 3, Llama 4, and yeah, pretty easy to use. Like, I haven't fact-checked this, but I think it does a pretty good job of extracting what I wanted here. Let's try to do names. So let's just do names, maybe. Let's see if we can just do names. Something like this. Okay, so Camel, according to documentation, Assistant's API with GPT-4o Mini is in open beta. Assistant v2. Okay, I haven't checked that out. I might look into that. I haven't looked into that yet. Okay, so let's try to extract the names from the transcript now. So you can see we just feed the transcript in here in the content, right? Print names. So I think this is very easy to use, to be honest. It's not very hard to set up using Pydantic. Super easy to add stuff here. So let's see if we can get some names here now. Since we already have transcribed the video, we don't have to do that again. So he mentions Greg Brockman, John Schulman, Jan Laika, Ilya Satskuva, Sam Ullman, Elon Musk, Zuckerberg, Brett Addoct. So there are some, I guess the transcription isn't perfect, but we kind of get Sam Ullman. I think that was funny. Sam Altman. But yeah, pretty easy to use. And if we open this now, yeah, we get this into like a good structured format that is easy to use, right? But again, I guess we could use GPT-4 to fact check these names if we wanted to, because they are not correct, right? So you can just add like a layer here, maybe something simple, right? I'm not gonna go into that now, but I guess we could do that if we wanted to. So we can just fact check the names and correct them or something. That could probably work. And we can, I think we can add like, I don't know, dates maybe? Is that a string? Maybe that's just a string. Let's try to add dates. Names and dates. So something like dates, dates. How can I train my large language model, Gerald? You mean like from scratch or fine tuning? Like a new language model. Okay, maybe. I don't know how. What is the best way to do this? Let's ask Claude or something. I want to extract dates in the correct format. I haven't really used Pydantic too much, so I'm not 100% sure what is the best way to use it. But definitely kind of interesting. Oops. So, field description list of dates in ISO format. Okay, let's try this. I don't know. Well, let's like make a new one. What's the project today? BX and I. We're just gonna test out the new structured output. So since OpenAI came out with this, I think it was yesterday, I've been just trying it out this morning, and it is pretty interesting, right? I think. I want to add data that I want to a model like Phi3 or Gemma. You mean like structured data or just context or company data? I think I'm gonna do the full. Let's try companies. Names and let's try that. So I think when I'm gonna dive more into this structured output, it's gonna be what goes wrong here? I think there are some. Just asked. I think it could be pretty interesting. I'm just gonna see what's wrong here. So let's just see. The output is in a Strange format. Please fix. So they have some, there was one example here I was looking at. I think it was down, I wanted to try. Yeah, this is the one. So here is kind of like a chain of thought example they have. So they add these reasoning steps. So this looks very interesting. BXNI, yeah, I think it's pretty cool. And it is very nice if you wanna build something that has to be reliable, right? Ah, okay. I didn't see it. So I think it's pretty interesting, right? So let's see now if we get, yeah. So here you can see we have the names, and OpenAI was mentioned, Anthropic, Character AI, Google, Meta, DeepMind, weights and biases. So it is pretty accurate, easy to extract. Do you have any ideas what we can try to extract? That is quite difficult. I don't think I'm gonna play the video, but I kind of want to extract some data that is kind of hard to collect. But I think kind of the shocking statement was pretty good. So we can try that again. But then you kind of have to define what is a shocking statement, right? So let's find another video. Or we can try the one we have now. Sorry. So let's just mix it up a bit here and structure data to knowledge graph, like Azure for specific use cases. Yeah, that is interesting, Romeled. Welcome, by the way. So I don't know if you saw this example they have here on OpenAI's blog post, where they add in these reasoning steps. So they ask this question. I don't know if you've seen this. 9.11 and 9.1, which is bigger. How about a video that was a list of suggestions, like top AI tools, like something like webs, names and websites? Yeah, if people like that, I might do that. I think it's less about extraction, but additive parts, like you extract some keywords, but then add layers like sentiment tags. Okay, that's cool. Yeah. So what do you use JSON mode for? Like an app or something, or just some personal stuff? Or at work, maybe? In a political debate, it's useful to point contradictions. Point to contradictions. Useful to point. So you... I'm not 100% sure what that means. Testing structured data extraction. Okay, yeah, I see Night Spider. Yeah, it could be interesting. So Bruno, do you mean like to extract contradictions in like between the in a debate? Yeah, I think I see what you mean. Yeah, that could be work too. And like in financial data.
At work, yeah, extract transcripts, categorize, add to database, sentiment. Yeah, that's cool. No problem, Bruno. It's just I'm not English too. Yeah, that Twitch thing, yeah, okay. I might have to fix that. I'm not, I haven't really looked into Twitch. There might be some error in my settings. But for next stream, I'm gonna try to make sure that Twitch is working too. I haven't really looked too much into it. So, Nexus looks, generate some ideas in favor, argument against. Yeah. Sentiment, I guess that's pretty good for like reviews and stuff. If you have like a massive, and add things to database. I'm definitely gonna try this to add to like a database, right? That could be interesting. Yeah, thanks, Magina. That's nice to let know. I didn't know that. I've been just using something called Restream. And I'm not 100% sure how it works. I haven't really looked too much into it. So yeah, I guess I have to try to make sure that both streams are working. I think I have to do that. But where are we here now? Yeah, I wanted to try to extract some more shocking statements. But that is kind of... That is something that is something that's non-deterministic, because what is a shocking statement? That is kind of objective, right? Not objective, but that's kind of... It's not a fact, right? But we could do like finance statements maybe, or something like that. Finance statements. That could work. Finance statements. Yeah, I don't really care about that. So let's do finance statements, something like this. And let's download the other video again. I think I just searched. And let me run this. Okay. But yeah, I was also wondering, it's a bit strange at OpenAI lately. All people leaving and stuff. I don't know if they're leaving because they got better job offers, or if there's something... They look like they are in some kind of trouble, right? I think I was most surprised to hear how confident OpenAI is using this. I guess I've heard from all the big spenders that this is a high requirement. Yeah, I 100% agree, Nexus, because I think right now most people are using LLMs for data extraction and data processing, text extraction, and things like you do at work. That has to be one of the biggest use cases next to coding generation, I guess. It has to be, right? And if you can get it like in a very structured format, but I guess the 100%, how did I say it? With structured outputs achieves 100% reliability in our evaluation
perfectly matching the output schemas. That is a high confidence, but I guess they've tested it a lot, and from my testing, it seems pretty good. Did you say you tried it out, Nexus? This structured format versus JSON mode. Do you have anything like, do you think it's better, worse, same? Okay, so we transcribe this. Let's see if we can extract some finance statements. Did I change the prompt? Yeah. What happened here? Let me see. Just trying it now. Okay. Let me know. Yeah, let me know what you think. Hello, this modern day. Have you looked into Instructor? No, I haven't, but I heard of it. Instructor. Blinding my eyes here. Let me go here. Instructor. Oh, there's no dark mode. Kills my eyes. Is it this? I've seen this. I think it's... Open source models like Predibase maybe can be at that level to the fraction of the cost. Yeah. So like for me, that is not doing like massive data. I don't really notice the cost, but they did bring down the cost. I think they brought down the cost for GPT-4o by 50% again. That's the one. Okay, Brandon. Sorry about this. There's no dark mode here. I don't know. I'm gonna look into this. What modders? Okay, so they are on OpenAI and... It looks pretty... I've heard of this. I think I heard it on a podcast or something. Instructor, yeah. Provide structured output for all LMS in a variety of languages. Cool. Yeah, so they have Google, Anthropic. I guess they support 3.5 then. Click at the sun. Okay, sorry. I didn't see it. Looks pretty easy to use, I guess. Looks very easy. So they have kind of the same setup here with Pydantic, right? So you just set your desired structured output. I think it's basically the same almost. Actually, it looks as easy. Yeah, thanks, Pong Pong. Using Anthropic. Yeah, this looks nice. But then again, is it as reliable as OpenAI claims here with 100%? That's interesting. What was this again? Line 43. Okay, I see. We need this. Yeah. Structured output takes inspiration from excellent work of the open source community. Yeah. And there's Instructor, right? It has to be.
because it looked so similar. They're using Pydantic. Okay, so here are the finance statements. Donald Trump weakens our economy. He drove our economy into the ground, raising cost, repeal the Affordable Care Act, gut social structure and Medicare, sat his country club in Mar-a-Lago wondering how he could cut taxes for his rich friends. So yeah, I guess that is pretty good. Let's find another video we can test, right? Let's do some kind of stock thing. Market crash. I don't know. Let's do this one. Let's transcribe this. So these are more general finance statements. Let's see if we can extract stock tickers from mentioned companies. Use Scrapegraph AI and iFinance with structured output mode. Yeah. Cool. But let's see if we can do it like very... Extract the stock tickers from the mentioned companies. Yeah, it doesn't really matter what we name this. I don't know if this list string is the correct format, but let's try it. What about key points of a product review? Do you mean like from a YouTube video? We can do that. We can try that. Let's do this ticker first. Okay, so we transcribe this. Let's see if we can get some tickers here. I gotta look a bit more into Pydantic, right? That maybe didn't work too good. So we got Bank of America, UBS. Let's find, I like this channel. MK. Let's do... Samsung. Let's find a iPad Pro. Let's try this video. iPad Pro. So with Pydantic you can also use fields and provide examples. Okay, I'm definitely gonna look more into Pydantic if I'm gonna use this. I haven't really tried that too much. Use fields and provide examples. Okay, cool. That could help, right? Okay, so Night Spider, what about key points from a product review? Let's try that. Extract the key points from the product review. I don't think we have to do from the transcript. Extract the key points. Let's see if we can get it like in a structured output. I don't really care about I guess we can do key points. Doesn't really matter, but let's do it. I think it doesn't matter.
Key points. Okay, so we transcribe this. Key points. Was that all? I think so. Hello, Anil. What do you think about the Julia programming language? I haven't looked into that. Have you tried it out? Can't really make any comment. Okay, so here we got some key points. It looks to be working pretty good. Apple announced iPad Air has been upgraded from M1 to M2 chip. 128 GB of storage. New iPad Air features spec bump and introduces new color options. iPad Pros are now the thinnest Apple device ever. iPad Pros introduce an OLED display. Alright, we have some key points here, I think. Despite improvements, the usability of the new iPad hinges on the future software upgrades. So I can't really... yeah, it was pretty nice, but I can't really... Okay, Anil, I can't comment on that, but yeah, go for it if you think it's useful. Maybe some other one in the chat has knowledge about that. Can't really comment. But yeah, this seems to work pretty good. But again, I haven't watched the video, so I can't really... It's kind of hard to rate, but from the first look, looks pretty good. Let's try extract the key points. Let's try sentiment. Should work too, right? Sentiment mixed. So that didn't help too much. Because this kind of relies on the model too, right? Since this is not like a fact. I use Pydantic and Instructor to actually automate creating crew AI agents. Okay, that's cool. Like I have some contact with the crew AI. I think he's the founder. His name is it Jose, I think. So I might do something with crew AI this fall. Some kind of video. I think it could be pretty cool. I always said I wanted to wait a bit on this crew AI agent videos because I kind of want models to be cheap and very good before I start diving deeper into these agents. But I think we are on the way. It might take some time though. Oh, yeah, sorry. Not Jose, but wow. Wow. I don't know how you pronounce that, but he's a super nice guy. And yeah, so Matthew Behrman, he kind of set me in contact with him. He's also a nice guy. He's got a big YouTube channel, Matthew Behrman. Check it out. So yeah, I think I'd kind of tested out this structured output. I think I'm pretty happy with what we've done so far. But I'm gonna look more into Pydantic, what we can do with this. So I might make a video on it. And there are some other stuff I want to try out. I want to look into this chain of thought. Reasoning steps part. I want to test the output window that is now 16K, I think. Autogrok seems like an interesting tool for making crew AI teams. Yeah, Autogrok, that's cool. No, not me neither. But I have access. We could take a quick look here, I guess. Or I was gonna do something else, so let's just wait a bit on that. I think. If you are in the Crew AI Discord, I can link you the examples I shared. Okay, cool. I'm not in the Crew AI Discord, I think, at the moment. Do you have... I have a Discord, though. But you can find my mail address if you want to send me the link. That could be cool. You can find it on the YouTube channel. Is LLM the only way for AGI? Medicine LLMs are has delayed real AGI. Well, that's a big question, Anil. I think LLMs are just a part of AGI. I don't think it's the only part. I think it's one part of AGI. But how do you define AGI? There's a lot of trouble there, right? What is AGI? But yeah, I think it's a part of it, not the whole thing. But that's kind of my idea. But yeah, I wanted to kind of look at this Twitter thread that's got a lot of traction. So I hope you can read this fine now. So, like I said in the beginning, 1.5 million views, 4,000 likes, 800 reposts. But again, you have to read this with kind of some bias because he's the president of Cognition Labs. That again is the maker of Devin. So yeah, some bias here, of course. But I kind of wanted to go through this post because I think it's pretty interesting. So Russell Kaplan, predictions for the future of software engineering. So it makes a lot of points here, right? So the first point is models will be extraordinarily good at coding very soon. Research labs, like Cognition Labs, are investing more in coding plus reasoning improvements than any other domain for the next model generation. Their efforts will bear fruit. That could be true, I guess. I guess he is correct about investing. But again, there are some bias here, right? Because he's from Cognition. And they are a research lab. But I guess research lab, it kind of means maybe like Anthropic. I'm not quite sure, but there are a lot of money going in, of course, to model generation with coding generation, right? And he kind of follows up with why. So besides general AI progress, coding specifically has a unique advantage. Potential for superhuman data scaling via self-play. Models can write code, then run it, or write code, write a test, and check for self-consistency. So I have a video coming up where I'm gonna test a bunch of open source models, proprietary models that's gonna take a problem, write a code, write a test, and see if they can complete it. So that is gonna be an upcoming video. But I kind of agree with this. I think self-play could be important. So basically you can have like a sandbox. So the models can just write a bunch of code, run it, test it, see if it works. That could be something. Or write a code, write a test, check. Isn't that what Devin is already trying to do? Does any of you have access to Devin? I don't. I don't think so many people have. But I think this is kind of describing Devin, right? Are you testing DeepSeek Coder in your future videos? I heard it's one of the best. DeepSeek Coder, yeah, that's great. I'll try that. But I haven't done any video on it. I think I just tried it on live stream. But yeah, I might do something. I want to try Superhuman too. Super Maven, I think it's called. That is like a open source GitHub, not GitHub, open source GitHub Copilot for code generation. Yeah. Only human species know no language in the Human Kingdom. LLM might be a part of. Yeah. Okay, so let's go back here. So then he follows up with this type of automatic supervision is not possible in most domains, which are facing data walls in post-training as we approach the limits of human expertise. Code is different. It can be tested empirically and automatically. Yeah, I guess I agree with that. But sometimes can the models solve a new problem, right? A problem that has never existed before. That's going to be interesting to see. I guess it can maybe do that. But like, I mean, like a real new problem, that could be interesting. Yeah, DeepSeek math, I think that's pretty good too, but I haven't done any extensive testing. So then he follows up with, as a result, oh, that's great, this modern day, cool. I'll take a look at that. So then he follows up with, as a result, software engineers will look radically different in a few years. True coding agents, which do task end-to-end, will complement today's AI copilots. The experience will look something like giving every engineer an army of interns. Yeah, I heard that talked about, right? So you can have these true coding agents. So you're kind of the manager. I don't know what you could call it, like the manager of these agents, and you kind of steer them in the direction you want, right? Yeah, I think it talks about that. So in this new world, every engineer becomes an engineering manager. Yeah, you will delegate basic tasks to coding agents and spend more time on the higher level parts of coding, understanding the requirements, architecting systems, deciding what to build. So basically, that is what I've been doing with my small projects. But how will this work in like a big project? That is what I like to see. It works fine now to use like, let's say Claude here or something for like a small project. So you can see here is kind of my Chrome extension. That was even not a project, but yeah, I've done some project here. So you can see we have some simple project, works pretty good. But if you get in like these projects of 100,000 lines of code, I don't think that's working now. No way. I don't know what you think, but like, have you seen an LLM that can do a code base of 1 million lines of code? Probably not. But who knows in like a few years? Hard to tell. So everything that is prediction is just guessing, if you ask me. So then it kind of follows up with, this will lead to an era of unprecedented software abundance. Software has historically been difficult and expensive to create. Yeah, that's true. It will soon be 10x more accessible. I wonder where they get the 10x from all the time. It's always 10x. We'll see a proliferation of single-use software, one-off apps, and websites that are only now viable. Yeah, I've been using it for single-use software. So you could say what we did here is a single use case. That is true. One-off apps, websites. Yeah, that's true. His use of army of interns and basic coding tasks is not innocent. We're still far away from having a system that can code something. Yeah, I 100% agree, Margina. I haven't seen anything that can you take like 100,000, 200, 1 million code base, lines of code and create something like that. I don't think so. But sometimes language itself, paradoxical statements, there's no truth which leads to paradox.
Yeah, oops. That's hard to tell. But we'll find out in a few years. I guess we know more in a few years. But I haven't seen anything up to this point that makes this work. But I can't really say what's going to happen in the future, right? There will be way more software engineers in the future than the present. The job will just be very different. More English, less boilerplate coding. Engineers will adjust like they did from the transition from assembly to Python. I think that's true, right? There might be some change, but is it gonna be like a drastic change? That could take years, right? Hello, Adam. True, but today you can iterate over your code and make it better with AI right now. Make it better with AI right now, which is still valuable. Yeah, 100% agree. This doesn't mean that this is not valuable, right? It's super effective. And we've seen these polls that people think they are more effective using LLMs like debugging and iterating over your code. But I'm just skeptical to these huge projects, how it's gonna work. But yeah, I think it's valuable, right? And we are still very early, right? It's been just a couple of years of, even though we didn't get any like new models, I think still there's a lot of improvement, right? Just like we got this yesterday, this is an improvement. I think so. I guess we got some kind of new model, but it's basically GPT-4o. But if this works as they say, it is an improvement. Same with Claude, right? The artifacts, that is an improvement, right? Even though the model is not maybe that much better, but it's still an improvement. There will also be a substantial second order effects for startups beside the immediate productivity gains. For one, company that markets to developers will soon start marketing to coding agents as well. After all, your agent might decide what cloud you use and which database you choose. Agent-friendly UI UX, often good CLI, will be prioritized. Yeah, maybe. I know some of you said they worked with Crew AI here, so I can't remember there was one of you. But I don't know about coding agents yet. I guess Devin, it will be interesting to see when they come out with a new version of this. How good it actually is, right? I'm sure they're gonna make an update soon. You can see we haven't seen anything from them since basically from March 12th. That's almost 6 months ago. So I guess they're gonna do like an update soon. And the prices are just coming down, so could be interesting, I guess. The bar for product quality will also rise. Half-baked or feature-incomplete MVPs are less acceptable in a world where developers can ship so much faster. Yeah. Testing infrastructure will be much more important and prevalent with the rise of coding agents, both because the coding agents will write more tests and also because they will depend on these tests and check their work. Switching cost will decline as a mode for tech companies. As agents make migration easier, companies will even start building out migration assistant coding agents where you can buy their products and streamline adoption. Yeah, I think that was pretty much this. Regardless of specifics, the macro is clear. There's never been a better time or more productive time to be a builder. I can agree with that. I'm excited to share that I joined Cognition Labs to build Devin. So again, it's a bit of a bias, right?
It is. I think there's pressure on AI companies to show enterprise level value, hence the structured output announcement. I think we'll start seeing companies beginning to understand how to use AI. Yeah. It's just gonna be interesting to see, like, how I feel like we've been on this. It's been a big hype, but I feel kind of things are like cooling down a bit. And I think in this cooling down part, and when things kind of calm down, then we can kind of start making better progress, maybe when everything isn't that hyped up. So I'm kind of looking forward to kind of the hype dying down a bit, right? I think that's good. So next is, you have started looking at task flow AI over crew AI. Yeah. So have you tried this? He talks about coding agents here, right? I haven't really. I guess I've set up some coding agents. I don't know, 100%. I guess it just means like one agent is building like the back end, one is building the front end. You have one agent that kind of controls the whole flow. I think, and that is kind of describing Devin, right? So, or is Devin one agent? I can't really remember now, but yeah, it could be something. I'm sure these agents will do something in a few years, but I think they are depending on the price that is coming down drastically, and they are dependent on the model. I guess they could use vertical models that could be better, but I kind of do agree with that coding is a bit different, right? Since the models can both write the code and write the test for it. That is a bit different than other things like science and stuff like that. Because I guess when you do like some kind of science, I guess you have to do like physical experiments to test if it's correct. Let's say you have an AI model that creates some kind of material or a battery or something like that. Then you have to physically test it. You can't just, I guess you could simulate it, but yeah, code should be different. I agree with that. Yeah, I've tried some basic one in VS Code. Feel they just get in the way a bit. Yeah. Still prefer to do as you, copy paste. Yeah, I kind of agree. These agents, they seem to get stuck, and it's a hassle to kind of get them back on track. But if they keep improving, it might get better, right? I agree with that, Nexus. What do you think of quantum computers? Are they going to be in everyone's hand? Whoa. Sorry. Quantum computers, so qubits and in everyone's hand. That might be. I don't know if I'm gonna be alive, but who knows? If like we could use some kind of, I guess you could say some kind of AI to speed up the progress of quantum computing, maybe in my generation. It's so hard to be a predictor, so I don't like to do like these predictions, because in the end it's just gonna be guessing. But it's fun though. I hope to have a quantum computer, even though I can't really explain what they do, right? But yeah, I think this thread was kind of interesting. A lot of traction. That is kind of interesting. I wanted to see if someone made some responses. I wonder if we see a surge in pure FP, very good type system languages like Haskell because of the testing infra reasons, or whether we fake it in Python land. The alpha lean stuff is one signal towards put more stuff in types. Typing should become even more popular. Also easier to migrate your untyped code to type once you have a coding agent to help. Okay. And there's some ads here. Fields like taste or aesthetics will become human input. Choosing between best solutions from the almost infinite space of generated solutions will become a differentiator. Yeah. Large layoff machine. Imagine thousands of tokens per second, writing and testing full chunks of code, reading in stack trace, modifying. So this is kind of the dream, right? But software engineering has barely been about writing code for a long time. It's rare that one needs to spend long chunks of time writing a bunch of code. Most of the work is about building out the integrations across different technologies, and design remain one of the most important aspects of engineering. 100%. So the IDs will still be valuable, right? Yeah, maybe Night Spider. I feel like today's LLM are pretty smart. The main problem is they can't handle big tasks, remember things for long because of their small context. Yeah, Meta. It's too early, I think, for big tasks. It's not viable. The attention is not there. I guess the context window is getting there, but it's gonna be interesting. But yeah, what he said was like, even though you can use LLMs in the future to do your syntax, I think the IDs you have will still be valuable, right? I guess you could get some good IDs from LLMs, but I think IDs will be the most valuable thing, right? Let's say you want to build an app, software. Your ID is gonna be the most important part, right? It's not how you write the syntax, right? But I guess some IDs require very complex code other than simple code. But if you have like a simple code, it's maybe too easy to copy, and you might need complex code to actually have some moat. I'm not quite sure. Since I'm getting more into this now, like creating small apps and stuff, so I don't really have any experience with that part, right? But it is interesting time, right? So again, I think I'm gonna do either a live stream or a video where we are gonna test out output tokens to see how long of an output we can actually get, and then try to look at what how the quality is, right? All of my ideas require complex code, yeah, right? That is why software engineering is not easy, right? But what if your IDs, if you can explain to like Claude your ID very well, and it could write the code for you, that'd be great, right? But then again, you get the moat issue. Someone could just steal your ID. But I do think like we can see the, what do you call it? Like a one-person unicorn in the future. Maybe in 10 years. Let's say we have like this solo entrepreneur that has this company that's worth like, is it 1 billion or something? I don't know what they call it, but unicorn, I guess. That could be pretty cool. If you can run like a company, software company on your own. It's a bit optimistic though, but maybe. I think Midjourney is just a few employees, maybe like 50 or something, 30, 50. There are exceptions, of course, but we're still creating huge programs, or do we smaller applications that communicate with each other? Yeah, that might be interesting too, Ariane. I agree with that. Maybe there's a new way that applications can communicate using some kind of LLM or some other system. So maybe we don't need those big code bases. Interesting idea. I like it. Cool. Probably sooner to have that solopreneur. Probably sooner to have that solopreneur exist. I'm actively working to be this person. Yeah. Good luck, Brandon. Me too. I've been struggling to get a Next.js Taturi app made by... I've been struggling to get a Next.js Tauri app made with built-in AI for a couple of weeks now. Totally jacked my AI progress. Okay, cool. I had this on my website. Let me see if it's still working. So this is something I built into my website where you can upload an image, right? This is on the back end. So you can upload an image and you can ask, what is this? So this is using GPT-4o. So this is running on Firebase. Cool AI, hello, welcome. There's a new anonymous chatbot by OpenAI. Okay. Could be chat GPT 4.5 or 5, that would be cool. Have you tried it? Okay, so you can see here, yeah, this works. So this image depicts a pixel art representation of a samurai. So yeah, it's pretty easy. So now I can kind of... Can we test it in LM6 Arena? I might look into that. But it's kind of hard to know what kind of model it is. So do you think this AI features like LLMs will be on people's website? It's pretty easy to set up, right? So I can upload an image here. Let's do my thumbnail. What is this? So this is just running on the back end on my website. The image to be a promotional thumbnail for a video or content related to a Super Nintendo style video game created with AI. Yeah, that's true. So yeah, pretty smooth. Hello Pietro, welcome as a member. You can send me an email if you want access to the GitHub and the Discord. Just send me an email or just join the Discord. You should find the link where you joined. Nice to meet you. So yeah, I don't know if you've seen this. So this is my website. I created this using Claude 3.5. Tested it. So that's a new model, I guess. Slightly better than GPT-4o. How do you manage token using with your website to keep costs from ballooning? So I've just set limits on OpenAI. So you can kind of set limits on the... I think you can set limits maybe on each API key. And I have input limits. So in this text prompt, I think it's maximum 2,000 characters or something input. And the image can be maximum 2 megabytes. But yeah, I think the hard set limit on OpenAI is the most important one. So I can only spend like $20. Hello, Andre. Nice to meet you. But yeah, Night Spider, it can be expensive, but... so this is running on GPT-4o Mini, so the text generation is pretty cheap. But the image part is a bit expensive. So what you could do, let's say this was your website, and you can just add some knowledge in the system prompt, and people could ask you stuff, right, from your website about... Imagine this was about your product, you were selling something, and people could just ask you stuff, right? So I think websites in the future will have some kind of feature like this. I've seen overall limit, but I didn't know per API key limit. I can't confirm that. But I will check after the video. That might not be true. So don't take that too seriously. Yeah, so I also added this, you can join the newsletter, but you have to be able to answer these 3 questions first. So what is RAG short for? What is the most popular AI programming language? Python. Can an LLM learn from context? Yes. So this is like a small quiz you have to be able to answer to be able to join the newsletter, right? So this is just a Firebase background, and yeah, pretty simple. I did add this so you can support me. I just tested Stripe, but it's a bug now, so it doesn't work. I'm gonna fix that. But yeah, pretty cool. I enjoyed working on this. It was pretty fun. So it's a React website, so it's pretty responsive, right? And it's just one big page. But enough of that. I just want to take a quick look here. I'm not gonna spend much time on it. But I was hoping, I don't know if you guys know. Do you know if Grok is gonna have the 405 model? They do have the Llama 3170B, right? So that works. But I haven't seen the 405 model yet. Write a Python code with a snake game. So let's see how fast this is now. Boom. That's not bad. What did I do? I didn't see it right. 250 tokens per second. Thanks, Andre. That's nice. Appreciate it. Let's test this snake game from Llama 3170B. Perplexity has the 405 model. Okay. Have you tried it out? I haven't been able to try that yet. There's an error here. Hello. Hashtag Nduri. Hi, is it possible to teach AI to manage tokens independent? So do you mean like set a limit or just manage how many tokens it's gonna output? Or manage tokens independent? If you could explain just a bit more. Let's copy the error here. I just want to try 70B. So add new message, error. There's some bugs here. What happened now? Strange. Let's have the temperature lower. Okay, so here's the corrected code. That was quick. It is fun to play around with this, right? Okay, so here's our snake. We died. Okay, it's pretty smooth.
God, I saw. I'm horrible at this. Yeah, that's working. Okay. But I haven't really tested Llama 70B too much, so I can't really make any comments on it. But it is quite fun to use Grok and 8B. That is insane fast. Right, Python snake game for me in colors. Look how quick this is now. It's instant. So 750 tokens per second. It's pretty funny, right? I don't think it's gonna work though. So we try to fix it. Nah, I give up. But yeah, I think we covered some stuff today. I really enjoyed checking out the structured outputs, either in a stream or, yeah, in a video. I'm gonna be looking at the output window extension that GPT-4o has gotten. Also, Claude has gotten that extension on the output, so we're gonna try to see if we can do longer outputs. I think that could be interesting. And I have a some kind of benchmark I created to test the coding abilities of different models. So it's just gonna be my personal benchmark. That's gonna test out different models. I think that's pretty cool. So yeah, I got some stuff planned, and it's, yeah, stuff happening all the time. So I'm gonna, like, I have kind of decided the direction for my channel, and I've kind of decided that it's gonna be about, yeah, code generation, building stuff using AI models. That is gonna be like my full focus. I'm gonna leave behind anything that has to do with like images, general stuff. I'm gonna do some AI news, but very little. So it's gonna be mostly focused on using AI to write software, to create apps, and other stuff around that. Code generation, yeah. So that is what I want to do, and I think people like it, because when I do this video, people seem to enjoy it. Yeah, thanks, Nice Brother. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. It was really fun to do a stream again. So I'm gonna do more. I might do one later this week, maybe Friday, if I have time. I will announce it, of course, first. And I have some videos coming up, so check it out if you want to. But yeah, as always, pretty cool to interact with people. A lot of good questions in the chat. That was very fun. Since I've been away for a while, it was pretty cool to do a stream again. Thanks, Margina. Thanks for the engagement. Pretty cool. And yeah, I enjoyed it. Camel, thanks for sticking to the full stream. Enjoy that. So yeah, I wish you all a great day. And yeah, like I said, I will announce when I have like a new stream coming up, of course. Nexus, thanks for engagement. Pretty cool. So yeah, everyone, we speak soon. Yeah, I announced them on my Discord, but you can also see them on YouTube when they kind of pop up. I will do like an announcement when I'm gonna do it. So yeah, thank you everyone for tuning in. Enjoy your day, and we speak soon. Bye bye.